we are recording now. And now I'm going to try to go to this little dot, dot, dot that says to go live on Facebook.
No, that's not us. I don't know what
If
that
it doesn't work on Facebook, we're still going to have a party. But I'm going to try to share it on the correct page. Share on a page you manage. And I'm going to put it on the Wine Country Music Productions page. And at this point, if anyone else has entered the room and I'm ignoring them, it's because I'm looking at other stuff, okay? So hopefully they can just watch on the live if I can get this to connect. It's preparing the live streaming. There's a lag about 20 to 30 seconds. So, you know, this, I wasn't able to figure out how to go play piano in the other room.
You were or were not?
I haven't been able to figure it out, so I'm going to play my ukulele at the end.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's this new thing on Facebook called Try Live Producer, so I'm going to try that. I've got like 5 links of live Facebook. I don't know why I do, but hope I don't click out of the wrong one. Okay, so we're going to give this a try and go live. Here we go. Let us cross our fingers and say a little prayer, take a little sip of wine. Excellent wine with the food here.
Yes, delicious.
It says we're live. It says we are live. So
Excellent.
So don't pull up your shirt or do anything rude. Get me in trouble with Facebook. Okay, so let me go to the Zoom US here. So hi everybody. I think if I've done everything properly, it says that we are going live and we are in my window it says preparing. So anyway, if people are watching, welcome. And I think possibly on the Facebook Live you can write comments or whatever. If you think this thing is fun, we'll talk about how you can join us next time. Joseph and everybody's been willing victims of Rondi trying to figure this Zoom to Facebook Live to see if it can work. So
we're having a good time.
Yeah,
we're having a good time.
Yeah. So yesterday, Joseph, I think there's Bobby. Okay, I think you tried a Facebook Live event at your place, and a lot of people are stuck on pairing up Zoom with Facebook, and so they just kind of do the Facebook Live because it's easier.
Yes.
Yeah. But I wanted to do this because of the social distancing, and we all are used to having fun together and eating together and enjoying wine together. So I thought this would be a fun thing to try. So I'm just going to assume Facebook Live is working. I'm not going to try to check it out. If it doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll collect this video and post it later. How about that?
Yes.
Works.
Okay.
That'd be the easiest.
I want to thank, if anyone else besides us is listening, thanks for joining us. And thanks for all the guests that came so far. If anyone is on here who doesn't know me, my name is Rondi Marsh. I'm hosting here from my home in beautiful Yakima Valley, the state of Washington. This is our first virtual wine, food, and music Zoom event where I've invited some of my friends to enjoy a nice bottle of Syrah from Simcoe Creek Winery. Here we go, everybody. Hello.
Cheers.
And we have the owner winemaker Joseph Campbell with him. Wave at us, Joseph, so we can identify who you are there.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I think what happens is when someone starts speaking, according to what I'm seeing, the video will switch over to you, and you can take control of the conversation at that point. So most of you know I'm a music teacher, performance writer, and a recording artist, and I just happened to grow up in Yakima Valley, luckily. Those who know me also know I enjoy a good get-together, which involves food and wine and conversation, right? So behind the scenes here, I've given a couple recipes to my friends to make. Today we're having a Tapenade Crostini made out of black olives mostly, which we will enjoy while we're learning more about this terrific winery and talk about the recipe and about how we're all doing in the midst of all this craziness. At the end, I was going to perform a song on piano, but I was having a hard time figuring out how to navigate off of my Mac that's in my bedroom office and go over to my living room where the piano is. So hopefully within another week I'll get that figured out. But today, at the end, I'm going to play my new white little ukulele, a happy little song. So Joseph, the wine biz really is a social business, isn't it?
Hugely social.
Yeah,
I'm
built on
about to go insane.
relationships and wineries and wine lovers and experience and the destinations that we all love to go to. We're so blessed to live in this valley. And we are challenged by not being able to go to personally experience our favorite beautiful wineries here. But we're missing our great concerts. We've had several canceled, just like all over the world. Food and wine events. We have huge, beautiful wine events here in Yakima. And hopefully we'll have a few this summer. But we're all doing the best we can under difficult circumstances for the time being. So tell us about your wine and what we are all simultaneously virtually enjoying from our homes, your Syrah, and a little bit about your story.
So this is our 2017 Syrah. This is our first actual commercial vintage, we'll say. Gorgeous. It's a very vintage. I'm pleased with how it came out. I'm a lot more excited for what's coming out as we learn on a larger scale what we're doing. These grapes came from the Rattlesnake Hills AVA down here in Zilla. We do have our own estate grapes. So these spent roughly 18 months in neutral oak barrels, which were also treated with American oak staves for approximately 6 months. Then we let it sit in bottle for about 2 years. We bottled this last summer, late summer, early fall, I believe it was. A lot lighter than what you would normally see, but it is fantastic. I am very, very pleased with how this is coming along. It took silver. Our very first wine competition we entered was down at the Tri-Cities Wine Festival, and we were lucky enough to take home 5 silvers with our 5 of our wines that we took down there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, and one thing I'm going to say about this wine is that I drank it without food the last time I tried it, and I have got to say that I wasn't sure that the pairing of the Tapenade having garlic in it and anchovies and lemon juice and garlic, a lot of garlic. I wasn't sure that would overpower the wine, and to me, because the black olives are not quite as aggressive as like a Greek olive or something, I think it pairs really well with this, and I'm feeling like the wine really, I'm enjoying it better with this food.
It is a very cool Syrah. It doesn't have so much body that you can't enjoy it as a social wine.
Right.
So you can sit around the patio in the evening and be able to drink it without having to prepare anything. But it also has enough body, enough tannin structure that it pairs amazing with barbecue, with this Tapenade. Carolyn likes it with chocolate chip cookies, and honestly, it does. Chocolate chip cookies, I wouldn't have ever guessed pairing wine with cookies, but it works. So
that makes sense because the vanilla is kind of a softer flavor and not like a full tilt, dark chocolate.
That's right.
That would actually make sense.
Yeah. So a lot of our winemaking gets wrapped around. I love to barbecue, and by barbecue we're talking slow and low, 16 hours at a time.
Ooh, yum.
I found that my winemaking style has really evolved around how I can pair it with different barbecue recipes. And so it's been a lot of fun learning it that way and seeing what we can do with it. We did change up this year. We ended up going and putting our Syrah into brand new American oak barrels. While I was tasting the 2019 vintage in the vineyard, I just really, really liked the idea and felt the balance of the fruit would pair very nice with the little bit softer American oak as opposed to the French oak. We barrel tasted it a couple weeks ago, about a month ago now, and I am super excited that we ended up going that route.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm excited about, you guys? I went on YouTube. Whenever I want to find anything out or something, I go on YouTube. And I thought, okay, so who else is doing like virtual gatherings of this sort right now? And there's a few birthday party things I saw. But really, I haven't found anyone who's doing what we're doing here today. So hopefully everybody enjoys this and we can continue it. I really miss you guys. I just gotta say, I mean, oh my gosh, if it wasn't for me adopting my dog Mary, I'd be dying right now, with the social interaction.
Yes.
But Joseph, tell us a little bit about your how you got into the wine business, what your background is. I find it very fascinating.
It is purely by accident. Not very many people know, but I was actually a state trooper for about 5 years.
Wow.
And we house sat for some people who had retired from the wine industry. And so in talking with them, I started doing hobby stuff, and then we had a shop tasting room, and we decided that it was time to make a change. So I stepped away from the patrol and a full-time self-taught winemaker.
Nice. Well, I'm sorry about the pandemic that hit your business, though, and we love our wineries here in Yakima. We want to support. I'm hearing really, actually, I have several friends in the business, and I'm hearing really amazing stories of support. And I'm going to do a shout out to someone who's on this call, and that's Tim and Fran. I told him that my friend was a little bummed out, who works down at Antolin Winery. He was going to bring me a couple of bottles of wine from my wine membership, and I mentioned it that he was a little bummed, and Tim says, "Well, heck, let's buy a whole case." So, oh my gosh, talk about making his day. I mean, so I don't know if you have stories like that of people supporting your wine business, but we sure hope you're going to hang in there in spite of not having the big music events and socialization that comes with the wineries.
You know, our customers have been absolutely amazing. If I could find a way to give back to the support they have provided us the last 6 to 8 weeks with the shutdown, a million thanks wouldn't do it. Everybody's just amazing. This valley is extremely supportive, and to see how everybody has pulled together to try to help support one another has been an absolute blessing. I couldn't be more proud of the valley, seeing what people have done. And I really hope moving forward that we kind of continue this tradition of helping one another out and having each other back.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll do some music and wine things here online with 100 people. Why not? I mean,
Right.
I could have up to 100 people. So everybody needs to mute their microphone if I do that. But I think this is a heck of a lot of fun. And what we normally do on a Saturday night at 5:30 is have some sort of food and an appetizer or some dinner. So what I hope to do is start off with my recipes and share some of the ones that I have made that have been popular. And then eventually, hopefully, you know, the wineries who have a lot of experience with doing wine and food events will want to share a few of their recipes too. But we'll start off with me. It's okay. I really don't mind sharing.
Well, the tapenade and the wine are absolutely delicious together.
Yeah.
I love them both.
Yeah, I think it's a nice balance, the garlic and the black olives. And I know Joseph was a little gun shy of the anchovies.
It's not overpowering at all. Your wine pairs very, very nicely with these heavy flavors. It's got just enough tannin to it to really balance out the strong flavors in the tapenade.
Now that you let it out, Rondi, that I like to buy wine by the case, I wouldn't mind getting a case of this.
Oh, yay!
Love it. Love it.
Thumbs up, totally. All right.
Our one of our goals is to, you know, be extremely family friendly and make everybody feel welcome, and also to keep our wines so that everybody can enjoy them. Those, you know, the master sommeliers down to the people who are just starting to get into reds. My wife being one of those. We're trying to get her away from the Kool-Aid white wines, get her into some stuff.
Although you do an excellent one.
I would like to talk about that just for a second, because I was not into wines for many years. And if I did, I was into white wine, or I was into sweeter, kind of lighter wine. And it wasn't until some friends of mine just went, you know, you got to try this red wine. You got to taste this. It is a journey into red wine. So it's okay if people in the beginning don't really, and you know, feel like why would you drink this? It's so intense and it's so dry. Why would you not want something sweeter? I think it's a journey that we all go on with tasting food or wine, and it's just a matter of trying it, right?
Well, it's educating your palate.
Right,
Is
right.
the fact you first start drinking wine, and white wine, you can drink a cheap white wine and it not taste totally horrible. Where you get into red wines, when you first start trying a red wine, usually it's a cheap red wine that tastes like garbage, and so you don't like it. But then once you kind of migrate through and acquire a taste for the red wine, and you start getting better quality wine, that's when you start really appreciating.
Yes.
And I think it really does, it does enhance my life as far as just being able to enjoy this, this lovely valley. We're so lucky we live here. And I'm sorry we can't like go and just hang out with you in the beautiful Zilla area, looking at Mount Adams, sitting on the lawn, having a picnic and drinking some wine. But you know what? I think this is a fun alternative for now. And hopefully you can share this video with other people. I'm willing to share the recipe with whoever wants to, if you're into cooking or not cooking, whatever. But I want to just talk about the way that people could join us in the future. If you want to be like in a discussion and not just an observer of what we're all enjoying here, but actually participate, which I would encourage you to do. It's fun. Is get a hold of me and I'll tell you how to hook up with the winery that we're featuring and what wine we're going to be featuring. And I'll be sending you a Zoom link, and I'll be sending you the recipe that you can make ahead of time. And I try to give it, you know, 4 or 5 days at least ahead of time so you can shop for what you want. Me, I'm doing Instacart. I don't go shopping. I let someone else do it for me. I'm in the at-risk group with asthma and age. So, you know, everyone does what is right for them. But next week, I'd like to invite Joseph back again to do a white wine. And if we do a white wine, Joseph, what would you select?
Oh, it's either going to be our 2018 Riesling or Muscat. The Riesling's an off-dry. So is the Muscat. We have one of the driest Muscats down here in the valley. I'll have to.
I personally really love your Muscat. That's the one I think when I came down for a wine tasting before all this stuff happened around here, I think I asked for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to do a Parmesan chicken wing with your wine if you are okay with that for next weekend. And anyone who wants to join us, what I would ask you to consider doing is not just buying one bottle of wine, but buy 2 bottles of wine. Buy the one we're talking about today and I'll give you the recipe that we're all enjoying here, and buy the other white wine. And then I'll send you the recipe that we're going to be sharing next Saturday. What do you think?
Rondi, I think with this going on, I think we need to do a little bit of discount with this pairing. So as we post, I think between you and I working together on this, I'm going to work on trying to get the recipe posted to our social media on Monday.
Okay.
And I'll probably be doing like a 15% discount on wine.
Wow.
Hi.
Nice. And that's without being a wine. By the way, you guys can be a wine member.
Yep.
The way I get hooked into these wineries is to be a wine club member. I'd rather support them and get the discount than to just go gamble on some bottle of wine I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel.
Yes, absolutely.
That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
And
So
of course, you can cancel if you have to financially. You're getting in a problem. I've done it. You can pause your membership or whatever, but you can get the discount, and it's a real hook.
we are a super user-friendly wine club. We offer a 10% discount for the first year, and for the next 3 years, or up until your 3rd year, you're gaining 10%. So on your 3rd year, you're getting 30% off.
Wow.
Like Rondi said, if you're hitting a financial hard time or you're just not sure about it, we allow our club members to put their membership on pause for up to a year without losing any of your benefits.
Joe, is all of this information on your website?
I believe it is, yes. We have been going through and revamping our website. So if it is not, shoot Rondi a message or feel free to email us. Our email and all of our contact information is on our website.
Okay.
You can join our wine club on our website now. We did get that going live last week. Wine club members do get to bring, I believe it's 2 people for tastings for free. And then you also get early releases. With this 2019 vintage, we did start a wine club only selection. So that stuff will be released to wine club members only for the first few years.
Yeah, I think that's important for people to hear that, because there's other wineries I belong to that do not sell a certain wine to anyone except their wine club members. And once you taste this one wine, you're like, oh, I gotta have it, And it's the kind of wine, like, I'm really silly. I'll take like a permanent pen on the top of the wine bottle and I'll put save this one for 5 years, So it's kind of a fun little hobby to do. So
Indeed it is.
anyone else want to chime in on the recipe or the wine?
It's delicious, Rondi. The flavors were very wonderful.
They really go nicely together, don't they?
So,
You guys live, or you're muted?
Sorry,
I'm gonna unmute my friends Cindy and Lloyd, who used to spend a lot of time at my house enjoying wine. Where are you at? I'm gonna unmute you. So what do you guys think, Cindy and Lloyd?
Thought it was great. Love the tapenade, love the wine, thought it was great together. And this is, I told you before, a super great idea. This is so fun. Since we can't be together, it's the next best thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
I hope that I really like it that we only have a few of us this first time, because those who know me know I get stressed out with technology stuff. And like right before when I perform a gig like at Antolin Winery, if stuff is not going right with technology, I am really not a happy camper. So this is great that we're trying this out. I don't know if it's going live, but if it doesn't, I'll just repost it on my, it's actually a page. I don't know if you guys know the history of this, but when I first moved back from Seattle, I started doing a wine food. This is not my first venture into this sort of thing. I did a wine food music event at Wapato House, and we would have a local caterer, serve food, have wine, and we would do like I would actually sing. Oh, there's more wine, and and people loved it. It was really a fun I love bringing people together. So this is my fun, and and also I hope supporting you and wineries that we bring in. Yeah, just a shout out to Antolin Winery. 2 weeks from 2 weeks from today, we will have Antolin Winery from downtown Yakima. Tony and Linda Harlison joining us, sharing one of their bottles, either red or white. And the week after that, they'll be sharing either a red or a white. We haven't decided which goes first. But if you want to know what's going on, go to the the Wine Country Music Productions page so you can keep up on what's going on. Or message me privately. I'm very cash. So like whatever you want to do. So who haven't we heard from here? Let me go through and scroll through here. Where's your mom and dad? Joseph, we have got to tell the story of your mom and dad here.
Oh, which one?
Well,
Rondi, be nice.
oh, this is so innocent. It's disgusting. Okay, so Alex and I went to a Tandem grade school in Yakima, Washington, a few years back, and and when I came back from Seattle, I happened to be at the Washington, fair here, or the, Yakima Fair, and we bumped into each other, and we happened to live back to back property-wise from each other, and we started walking together.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Long story, but we ended up walking up here onto the hill where I live now, and I kept joking around about how I was going to build a small house on the hill, and fast forward the story, here I am. But actually, I have to say, Cindy was the one who told me I had to buy this house. Right, Cindy?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a good decision.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun here. So it's a little different now, but we'll get through this, you guys.
Yes.
And
Right.
we've all
Rondi,
yeah.
what's the name of the Facebook page you created?
It's you're gonna ask me after I've had a glass of wine here.
I was trying to.
Country Music Productions is the name.
Okay, so I was trying to tell my Facebook Live people what the page was, and drew a blank in the middle of trying to tell them. So.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I should do in the future is, if you let me know, I'll send out a personal invitation to each person that you want to invite. It's
Okay.
just, this is our initial going through this thing, and it's a learning curve for me. You guys might not believe it, but I sat in a chair either at my computer or on YouTube for 16 hours yesterday trying to figure all this out. And I ended up, after 5-6 hours, figuring out that I had to be a paid Zoom person to make this work. So it's all good. It's all part of the process, and I want to support our local wineries.
Yes.
I've actually done a little bartering deal with my wineries of give me some free wine over this.
Ah,
So it's all good. It's all good. It's all to, there's a quote that I will end with here before I sing my song, and that is, a rock and roll friend of mine went off to be famous in Los Angeles years ago when I was a teenager, young 20s or whatever I was. And I said, "Oh, you're back." And he said, "Yeah, someone told me once that as soon as you've left the Yakima Valley, you end up, there's grease on those hills and you slide right back in." And those of you who are my friends know that I have gone away, slipped back in, gone away, slipped back in, gone away, slipped back in. And so, I never say never, but my attitude is Yakima is, we have only 8 inches of rain a year. We have 15 minutes to get wherever we want to go. And we have great people. And we have a great community of people. And I probably shouldn't be saying this because I don't want everyone to move over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, don't give away the secret.
Sunshine and good water also. You have to include that.
Yeah.
Yes. So before I do my little song on my ukulele, oh my gosh, where did I put it? My papers fell all over in the wind here. Oh, I have a trivia question. I want Joseph. Did you get my email today?
I did.
Okay, are you ready for the trivia question of the day?
Yes.
Is this just for Joseph?
And if you think you know the answer, raise your hand first. Mike, don't ring the bell. It's a multiple choice ABC answer question. Okay, and it's no fair to Google this. So stop. Don't even do it. Okay, Joseph, hit it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Yakima Valley was the first federally recognized AVA and Diane, you don't get to answer this because you work at the Visitors Center. Recognized AVA in Washington State. What year was it established? Was it A, 1978, B, 1983, or C, 1990? Raise your hand if you think you know that question.
Okay, I will answer that. Give me 1 second, because I'm gonna see.
Got the question ahead of time. No fair.
No, I want to ask the question on Facebook Live and see if anybody on Facebook
Oh,
Live.
that's a great idea. Are we actually live on Facebook? I don't know.
Our winery pages.
Yeah, your winery pages.
Okay, so the question was asked. Yakima Valley was the first federally recognized AVA in Washington State. What year was it established? Was it A, 1978, B, 1983, or C, 1990? And I saw your email this morning, and before I could scroll to the answer, I knew it was somewhere in the 80s, but I couldn't remember if it was early 80s or late 80s. But I want to say it was like 82 or 83 for Yakima.
Diane, quit shaking your head.
It's got to be somewhere in there.
Actually, the way this was supposed to work, Joseph, was you were supposed to ask the question.
Oh.
It's okay. So the answer is, drum roll. Diane, answer it.
B?
B.
1983?
Hey, 1983, we were the first. And
1983, for those of you who are on Facebook Live with us, Yakima Valley became a recognized American viticulture area, or AVA.
Yeah. I know there's, like if you go to Woodinville which is an awesome little area. I love that area too. We have a lot of our local wineries here that also have a wine tasting room over there. And that's awesome. It's an easy way to access wine if you live in the Seattle area. But there's nothing like coming over here and, once we're out of all this crisis, and actually, you know, having a designated driver take you through the hills between Yakima and Zilla and so forth. You know, we are a huge area here with about 60 wineries, which will be on a future, you know, trivia question, just so you know if you're watching this video, you might be able to answer that. But anyway, it's been super fun. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been a little stressed out. But after a glass of this wine, I am totally, and the food, I'm totally like, okay. So I'm going to sing you a song. Because I can't play my piano, the song I was going to play for you, which is an original song of mine. Oh, by the way, I should mention, if you want to check out any of my music, hello, you can go to Spotify, you can go to my webpage, rondimarsh.com. You can go to iTunes and be a supporter of actually purchasing. I don't think you can even buy downloads anymore, but you can find me in different online places and enjoy some music while you go ahead and buy some of this great wine, right? So I really hope we have, you know, 6 to 20 people next time we do this virtual live meetup. It might be the same people, it might be different people, I just don't know. And as I said, we're going to do Antolin Winery the 2 weeks after that. So you can just contact the winery. I don't make any money off of any of this. And if you think I'm making money off of streaming music, excuse me, no. So here's a song for you to finish things off while you're sipping some more wine. By the way, Valerie, you know, you're in the other room. My wine glass is like really empty, but it's probably a good thing I'm not going to have any more wine right now until I'm done with this song. Okay. Here's a little song I wrote. I want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Now you guys got to sing. I don't know how this is going to go. Come on. Can I unmute yourself? Be happy. Ain't got no place to lay your head. No, somebody came and took your bed, but don't worry. Be happy. The landlord say your rent is late. He might even have to litigate, but don't be happy. Be happy.
Be happy.
Ain't got no hot cash, no got no style. Ain't got no gal to make you smile. But don't worry. Be happy. Cause when you worry, your face will frown. And that will bring everybody down. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Be happy. Okay, one more time, everybody sing. Be happy. Get through this, everybody. Yes, we will. Thanks for checking in tonight. Thanks for making.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you,
Joseph,
Rondi.
for a great wine.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Rondi.
All right, you guys all.
Thank you guys. Glad you guys all enjoyed. And thank you so much, Rondi.
All right. check out SimcoeCreekWinery.com. Check out my webpage, RondiMarsh.com. Who else got a webpage that I need to advertise? I don't know. Whatever you got going, let's advertise on here. And support Yakima businesses and wine.
Definitely.
If you're out of the area, Joseph, I think you said you were willing to ship.
I am shipping for free right now.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Did you hear
free.
that? Shipping for free? Oh my gosh. You're losing money, dude. You can't do that.
You know, we got to keep our customers happy, and so if that means shipping for free, then it is shipping for free.
Okay, so again, the wine, hold up that bottle of wine that we had today. We had the Syrah from Simcoe Creek Winery. Simcoe Creek Winery. And if anybody,
Beautiful drawing on the back.
yeah.
Gorgeous.
That is credit to my mom, Alice.
Oh, this is so beautiful. The drawing in the back is beautiful.
Thank you.
I didn't even notice it, Alice.
Oh, yeah.
We're really good friends and I didn't even notice. Anyway, you guys have a good rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you.
Good night. Have a great weekend, guys.
All right,
You too.
later.
Cheers,
Bye.
everyone.
Blessings.
Night.
Okay.